everybody, and welcome to Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. I'm Catherine Ann Clayton, and I help entrepreneurs and small business owners learn to increase their profits in their business so that they can really build a business of their life and dreams. I do this by helping them find top tier clients and helping them use a strategy, and it's just a strategy of LinkedIn to get there. But today's not about me. It is about my wonderful guest. I'm so excited. I have Mr. Howard Wolpoff, and he is you know what? I'm just going to let you go ahead. Howard, go ahead, introduce yourself, and tell everybody out there how you help people.
Sure. Well, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. And my name is Howard Wolpoff. I'm a marketing strategist and business coach from Jacksonville, Florida. And I have 25 years of marketing experience in different aspects, working with small, medium, and large scale businesses. But right now I'm really working with the small business owner that's been working for far too long, for far too hard, and has not really received the results that they've expected and wanted.
So tell me, let's dive a little deeper. I like to kind of go deep. When you say, we have these things that we say that we help people with. What kind of marketing techniques do you tell? Don't give away all your secrets, but so what is your ideal client is what I'm trying to say.
My ideal client is someone who's comfortable asking for help, because that's really the key. You want to have someone who's receptive to saying, I have some issues. I'm not getting the growing the revenues that I hope to be doing, whether it's this COVID-19 scenario or not. I'm having some challenges really just managing my business and understanding how better to market it. So really open-minded small business owners are really the ones I love working with. I do a lot of work with home improvement companies, but a lot of my experience really runs the gamut. I used to do consulting for an amusement park, a famous one years ago. And I work for various types of businesses that are kind of off the path, but very important to what they provide people. So I thankfully I've had a variety of people I've had a chance to work with.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you mentioned, COVID-19. Tell me a little bit, has COVID-19 affected your business, and has it affected it negatively or has it affected it positively?
A little bit of both. Beginning it was negative. I had some clients whose businesses were affected significantly, that they had really had to pause the business, much less the relationship with what they're doing, and they're slowly getting themselves back. Some challenges with my time and virtual learning, but we've moved past that this summer. But now it's kind of gone in a much different direction. I think I focus a lot of my time on virtual networking. That really has brought a lot of different types of clients and really great partners in the process too. There's some really outstanding ways to get on Zoom and meet with anywhere between 10 and I've been in ones with almost 300 people on the Zoom, going into breakout rooms, and you get a chance to really meet and know people in these breakout rooms and set up one-on-ones after that you never would if you've gone to one of those networking events at a hotel or bar and trying to find the right person to speak to.
Right. And I will say, I think that the virtual networking has opened a lot of doors for us to be in different places, especially for my audience, which is people that are small business owners. And so they, they're making good money, but they really want to up level, and they may not have, let's face it, they may not have the $1,000 to travel from Florida, where you are, to California. They may not have, I know that there's a really great networking event that I want to go to in California. It's in Palm Springs. So we're doing the budget, trying to figure out how much it's going to cost to fly there. But now it's gone virtual. So tell me a little bit about that. Are you all over the world? Or are you just in the States? Or where are some of the really unique places that you've been networking now that it is virtual? Minus, I know, the struggle that you had with your daughter. We had it as well with our kids in the virtual world. Now we're past that. So tell me a little bit, some of the cool places you've been to virtual network.
So where have I traveled without traveling?
Right, absolutely.
A lot of the networking events have really just been in the United States, but a lot of my conversations have been with people from different parts of the world. I also am working launching a second podcast. I had one called 30 Days of Marketing Mavens earlier this year, and now I'm speaking individually with small business owners. Last week and a half alone, I interviewed someone from Uganda. I interviewed someone from Milan. I interviewed two people in the United Kingdom, and one from I think it was the Bahamas. So these are places that I never would have been able to go one-on-one to sit down with them and do an interview. But through the technology we're all using now, I was sitting right next to them and we're having this great conversation and made a great relationship moving forward from being able to meet them.
Oh, that is so awesome. So now we can call you a global marketer. How about that? We can add that to your title. So speaking of like the technology, and we know that we have, you know, technology, with technology, it comes problems. And in, there's problems. However, there's a lot of great things that go on. So in the marketing space that you're in, how much does technology play a part? That's question number one. And if I'm a new client coming to you, how much technology do I need to know in order to really work with you and get results?
Interesting way you put it, technology you need to know, because that definitely helps, because as opposed to technology, they need to have a better full understanding of, because there are people that can do that for you. You definitely need to have a good internet connection. Let's start there, as fast as you can pay for, and that will help things significantly. I think we've all been on Zooms and different other where people are breaking up and you can't communicate. So just being able to have this as some way to communicate is important. Hopefully companies have pivoted so more things are happening online. So you may have had to upgrade your website in different ways to do more purchases online and some more customer service, because you as the business owner need to make sure that people are making purchases, whatever your item is, and facilitate that so they may not be able to come into the store, or you may not be able to have as many people into your storefront, whatever it is. So being able to make a purchase, get the credit card charge, and some of the things are really simple. There are companies that come right in and set that up, and you're really not you're paying really just like credit card fees like you would with a credit card terminal, but you are making yourself more friendly to your customer. So there's not, thankfully, you don't have to be the one to go in and redesign your website and do that. There are people that can do that if you're not tech savvy at all, and if you've been able to implement those things to help everyone keep moving. I think keep moving is the first step. Excelling is the second one, and the hope is to try to find people the way to do both.
Yeah, that's awesome. I went yesterday shopping with my son to get his uniforms for school, and I didn't realize that they don't allow you to try on clothes now with this COVID
Yep.
thing. And so I was like, why am I even spending my time? I could have just gotten online, used technology, as you said, and bought his things. I'm going to have to bring them home and try them on anyway with him. And so, I think technology plays a huge part in it. Now, talk a little bit about your clients, and you work with beginning clients, and how do you really teach them about marketing? Do you have a course? Is it one-on-one? Do you do coaching? Talk a little bit more about that.
When I start with the clients, it's focus on one-on-one. I spend almost 3 hours with the client just starting to, I call it building the puzzle. We have a clear table, and whether we're in the same room or not, and we're putting the pieces of the business together, getting a sense of the numbers and the goals, getting a sense of the problem issues and what's working and not working, and then make a checklist. And as we talk, I add more things to the checklist. Some that goes onto a homework list to get started, and some that may be simple as working on the elevator pitch, because you do a lot more networking. You have to hit people harder with your elevator pitch. And that's one of the things I've always been suggesting to people now, is that you redo your elevator pitch, because you want to make sure you're grabbing people with that. If you don't have a 30-second elevator pitch, you really need to go out and make one. And then I also provide to my clients, I have a 52-week course And part of the one-on-one work that I do, that we're meeting every week, I also provide them this course so that they're getting 2-hour lessons every week on multiple aspects of marketing that they may have a comfort zone with, and some they may have not had access to at all. But by really over the course of the year that we're working together, they're really coming out of it really as a marketing expert by the time it's done, and a business that's excelling.
Wow, that is so super awesome. I know that a lot of us out there need some marketing techniques. We need to learn how to really market, because now I noticed this about 3 years ago, but I think I've really noticed it now is that people are marketing very spammy like. And especially you and I both are on LinkedIn quite a bit, and I've noticed that people have gone over there to market per se on LinkedIn, and it's just here's a link, here's a link, here's a link, and even in the messaging, are you seeing that it's become more spammy since all the COVID hit and everybody's really at home now, or have you always just seen spamminess?
I've seen that evolution on LinkedIn before things hit in February, March. And I've participated in that as well. I've had techniques that allowed me to get people to, I was doing a online TV show, and to get the guests onto the show, we were using LinkedIn, and it worked really well. I filled up that calendar really quickly without having to spend a lot of time networking and reaching out to people. There are a lot of it depends on the product. Sometimes you're really hitting home with something someone wants, and sometimes there are products that I have no need for, but I keep getting those types of messaging and connecting in LinkedIn, and it is challenging. It can be frustrating a little bit. I think Facebook can be a little bit worse with some of the ways people try to market within a group setting, but you're trying to find different ways to reach people, and people are online, so it's about having the right strategy and being creative about it. There are ways to do it that will work well and make you look good. I read something yesterday which blew me away. There's a lot of work that people do with retargeting. And if you're not familiar, if you've gone to someone's website or a company's website and you go away from it, lo and behold, you keep finding their ads showing up on these different sites you're going to. It's because there's a system of retargeting to keep them in mind, even though you're not on their site anymore. A lot of times you'll sign up for an email list, and then you'll start to be on a drip campaign and get emails from these companies. There's companies out there right now that have the technology to know that you've been looking at different items on their site and you've not registered for anything, but they're able to, because of your IP address, get your email address and then put you into a drip campaign without your permission, without your knowledge, and showing you, I know you looked at this item and this item and this item. I read that last night in an article. I was blown away that people are trying that. And technically, based on some of the laws that are out there, you're not supposed to be doing that. So it really, some companies will go really far to try to get you back to their websites to do the transaction. And it's challenging on both ends. The business wants to make sure they have revenues flowing, and you want to do business with people, but really don't want to be inconvenienced or really feel weird about the whole process.
It's funny that you say that about searching and things like that. I just literally in the last 2 weeks I've been added to like 5 different lists, and I'm like, I don't even know who you are. And so I, instead of throwing a fit and acting immature or whatever, I just unsubscribe. But I'm also noticing with the retargeting is, and it seems kind of weird, and I'm kind of like, oh, they're watching me. We'll be talking about, let's just say, we'll be talking about something in our family, and then the next thing I know, it's on my Facebook feed. And I'm like, wait a minute, did they hear me talking about Old Navy store and now Old Navy? But my husband was like, no, it's something where you searched on your phone or you did something like that, which tells me, as much as I don't really like that, it's amazing marketing because it keeps it, front of mind. And I'm like, oh yeah, I really did want that shirt, or I really did want, that grill or whatever. And it keeps you going when you're kind of looked and you're like, I don't want that. And then you back out, it keeps it going. So from a business standpoint, I think it's fabulous kind of marketing, not so much the email stuff, but, the fabulous marketing. So, let's About the marketing, I know, I often like to give free gifts to the people that are watching here. So I was wondering, do you have something to offer where, people can get in touch with you? And do you have a free gift for our audience today?
I do. I'll put it into your group. It's a PDF, 10 important marketing strategies for the post-COVID-19 economy to increase your lead sales and revenues. It's the strategies that I work with my clients to really help drive business flowing, find ways to make your website a 24/7 salesperson. You don't want your website just to be a digital brochure. Finding ways within your pricing right now and your offerings to make some adjustments so that you are giving yourself more opportunity to bring in more dollars. Usually, my claim as I'm pitching to my business people is I can find ways to really increase lead sales and revenues and find $50,000 of hidden revenue in your business without you spending additional money on marketing or advertising. So I'd love for people to kind of review that, and if they have questions, there's ways to reach out to me on that.
Wow, I'm going to get that. And I have a freebie for us as well. It is the Client Building Profile Secrets. Well, you'll learn how to build your profile and really capture some of the authority things that you need on your profile to get more clients to you. But, besides that, I want to talk to the audience a little bit. We're out here in this COVID time and everybody is shifting. I like to use the word shift instead of pivot. Everybody is shifting in different areas. And, I'm bringing on really great experts. So take advantage of these freebies that they're giving. Jump in there and get these tips. I mean, who doesn't need help with marketing today? I mean, it's always changing. It's always, ebb and flow, and you've got to learn some different things so that you can attract some people. So get that link. I know I'm going to make it easy for the group, Howard, and just put it in there once it loads up. Just drop your link in there, and you guys go out there and get that marketing 10 tips, and it will really help you. But I wanted to thank you for tuning in to the Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. And we will see you tomorrow again on our next episode. Thanks so much. Bye bye.